Welcome back to my Substack. Rolling on from the Suasti movement, or like really related to it, is this Pigeon movement. So here, if we find the opening of the front leg a little, and that can be less or more, the opening of the back of the knee, then we have also this extended leg. Now that's sort of expanding that Suasti movement, opening the knees. We then can also roll, and we're looking to roll onto the front of the back leg, so getting the knee down towards the floor. I also like to, when I work that rolling, also like to encourage this, so the back leg is extending, rolling the bum off the floor, so this becomes lifted. Because into the pigeon pose, I really understand it as a standing on the legs, standing on the front leg, and also with the back leg. You want to try to extend the leg and try to press into the ankle to lift the knee. When this back leg lifts off the floor, when we press into the ankle lifting the knee, the whole front line of that leg becomes active, and that's going to stretch up through the belly, through the hip into the belly, into the chest, and then we can try and find as much lift as possible. It's fine to lift the hips in order to get that back knee going lighter on the floor. Ultimately, we are sinking those hips down to the floor, but we're still trying to be active through that back leg as we open into the heart, open into the chest. When we're reaching up and back, we've got this chin, tongue, and eyes up and back. And with the front leg, I really value this, trying to keep the hands off the floor. So the hand on the knee and the hand on the foot if possible. And so we then try to find that extension, that lift. When we press through the leg, we're learning how to press the leg into the floor. And then we can lift the body higher, even if those hips come higher as well. We're trying to sink down, doesn't matter how low the hips get. We've got this sense of stretch through the front of the back leg, through the hips, into the belly. And then this is a beautiful place to be. And then we're going to try to lower the body forwards, or to curl the spine forwards. So keeping, if possible, the hands off the floor. We then try to push that front leg into the floor and round down. And this really helps us learn how to press that front leg into the floor using the hands. The front leg is also learning how to push itself into the floor. So we can roll the spine up and down here. And a lot of people just love to surrender in the pigeon, but really see how much you can find that up with the spine, using, if possible, the hands on the front leg, down with the spine, using, if possible, the hands on the front leg. And before we drop into a completely surrendered pigeon. Here, if we don't need the hands on the front leg, we can take the hands off the leg and just be floating the hands around, maybe the hands behind the back, or the hands behind the head, or reaching even the hands long. And you can work that spine up and down, still standing on that front shin, so not sitting down here, not sitting down. So we're learning to press the leg into the floor, trying to keep those hips square, seeing where we get to. Arms reaching long is sort of adding pressure into that front leg as much as we can. And then once you've played with that, and absolutely fine to keep the hands on the front leg, and if it's impossible, fine to use the hands on the floor as well. But when we push through the leg, it really teaches the leg something. And then once we've been there, a lovely place to come into is surrendered pigeon. And just to explore a little bit side to side, maybe a little bit backwards and forwards, just to explore the different places we can get to. I find this is a little bit stronger than a regular pigeon, and it's a beautiful way to really get the legs active. Oftentimes there's an invisible force that's running through the body, and we want to see if we can make that really active, really conscious. And yeah, hopefully that's valuable. Short one today.